now living in London, England, born in Uganda, and Curtis Parker, 24-year-old out of Philadelphia, born and raised in Philly, record of 24-4, 20 by knockout, and as we mentioned earlier, for Mugabi, his biggest test. Parker has been in there with more credible opponents. He did lose twice to Mustafa Hamsho, lost in a war to Wilfred Scipion.
They are throwing some heavy punches, very heavy punches by Curtis Parker as far as the body attack is concerned. That will certainly tell us all because he's around in the fourth or fifth round.
And Parker's trademark has always got hit by the left hand of Mugabi. And he's pushed down. That is not a knockdown. Parker usually does start very fast and likes to swarm all over his opponent.
And certainly Mugabi is the same. He likes to get out of here fast. A lot of tension right here between these two fighters, and the audience is coming up to this slugfest.
Domination by Parker.
If there was ever a definition of toe-to-toe, you just saw it.
Oh, right hand by Mugabi, and Parker is hit. John Mugabi has Curtis Parker in trouble here in the opening round.
Bear in mind, Curtis Parker has never been down, never been knocked out, and yet he faces a man that is pummeling him.
Halfway through, round one scheduled for 10. Oh, another good right hand by John Mugabi.
Curtis Parker's going to have to decide to abandon that body attack every time he goes to the body. Mugabi sounds his gong with a good right hand.
And again the right hand to stun Parker. And Mugabi looking to put him away. Curtis Parker in big trouble with just under a minute left in round one.
I can't imagine what's holding up Curtis Parker. No one has ever withstood that punch before. He has no legs.
He's trying to shake it off. Down to 45 seconds left.
Curtis Parker has no legs left. Mugabi mistakenly walked away thinking he had been given a standing 8 count.
And there's no standing 8. That was a push. Look out. Look out. And very wisely, the referee, Max Parker Jr., able to get in. There is no standing 8 here in Tampa. And that is the first knockdown of the bout. And Parker looking to shake it off at the time remaining in the round.
He can't go on. He cannot go on. He cannot go on.
Mugabi is poised. The referee is letting it continue, and that'll do it. Time running out. And John Mugabi being kept away. A box that can be saved by the bell. But let's see, did the referee call it?
Yes, he did. He fell out. He's waved it off.
These fights may not have been classics, but they certainly weren't boring. On November 25th, 1983, Boom Boom Mancini went into the ring against Johnny Torres. The fighters used the opening moments of the bout to feel each other out, but then there was an explosion. We pick up the action toward the end of the first round.
It was 1 year ago, last November, near Las Vegas, the tragic 14-round knockout of Duke Koo Kim. And since then, Ray Mancini came up with that non-title victory against George Feeney in Italy. Fight we telecast here on NBC. He was scheduled to fight Ken Parker in South Africa, but broke the collarbone. And that bout was postponed, and he beat Romero. And here is Mancini applying pressure and connecting with his complete repertoire.
Well, he's certainly not holding anything back in this first round. And Torres has got to get over the shakes here. He's a little too frightened of Boom Boom right now. He's in awe of him, and that's when it's going to be all over.
Mancini with the right hand, putting Torres down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You all right? Where we at? There's the time left in this first round as Mancini looks to end it. Final second. Davey Pearl sending Mancini to the corner, and Pearl says that's it.
On that same card, heavyweight champion Larry Holmes was matched against Marvis Frazier, son of the former heavyweight king Joe Frazier. Marvis was a question mark, and Larry provided a quick and unhappy answer.
Marvis Frazier throws the first punch of the fight.
Reportedly, several weeks ago in training, Holmes did not look good in sparring. The left jab not working, but he's turned it around and has looked very sharp recently. And here's Marvis letting Holmes take a good look at his head with the hands down.
That could be a big mistake. Could be a big mistake. He hasn't got that much experience to do that with an experienced puncher like Larry Holmes.
Marvis's biggest mistake may have been taking the fight in the first place. Here's the scene later in the first round.
And under a minute left, opening round, scheduled for 12. You see the time remaining, round one, and here's Holmes going after Frazier.
Frazier's not big enough to tie him up. He cannot get away from him.
Holmes pounding Frazier. We approach 10 seconds left.
Holmes looking at the referee saying, how much do you want?
A standing 8-count can be given. Let's see, has he called it? No indication. Well, apparently he has. All right.
He has called it. Holmes humanely kept looking at the referee saying, you want me to hit this guy more? And he hit him again. He lifted him. He hit him again. And finally, Mills Lane stepped in and stopped it. There was only 2 seconds left to go, but it was the right thing to do.
So, a collection of bouts from the recent past, different fighters, different weight classes, one thing in common, the brevity of the bouts. You think we're not prepared for moments like these? We've got more. And there's more boxing on tap. We've got a couple more fighters climbing into the ring as we go back to Marv Albert in Atlantic City. Marv?
Boxing upcoming. Couple of lightweights. Anthony Fletcher, the brother of Frank the Animal Fletcher, to go against Alex Bird out of Detroit, Michigan. That's coming up in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's in the lightweight division. The judges, Richard F. Murray, Harold Letterman, and Milo Savage. The timekeeper of that is Roy Johnson. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Joe O'Neill. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round lightweight bout, referee Larry Hazard. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the white trim, he weighed in at 135 1/2 pounds. This gentleman hails from Detroit, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Alex Birdman Bird. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the black trim. He weighed in at 136 1/2 pounds. This young man hails from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boxing fans, here is Anthony "Two-Gun" Fletcher.
So Anthony Fletcher, the brother of middleweight Frank the Animal Fletcher, going up against the man who calls himself the Birdman, Alex Bird. And they listen to the instructions of the referee, Larry Hazard.